What's up, one expert? And today we're back with some more Project London. Now, I feel like my subscribers or people who are watching my channel a bit more thoroughly will realize that a bit more attention is being focused on Project London. That is because I do want to finish this series as soon as I can so that I can start a new manager series for the end of FIFA 22. But if you guys have any options you would like to give me for a new manager series, feel free to comment them down below. I'll take any and all suggestions. However, I have made up my mind sort of on which type of team I want to do. Just keep in mind I want it to be in the Spanish league or the Italian league. You guys can decide which league you guys would prefer. But of course, we're not here to talk about other career modes. We're here to talk about Project London. And the first game of the day is going to be against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. Now, in the last episode, we did face off against Liverpool and Spurs. Unfortunately, we did get beaten by Spurs. I think we might have faced Man City, or maybe that's in another episode. I'm not 100% sure, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, I've been very busy in real life, so it's been a while since I've actually come back to record my voice for these episodes. However, during my free time, I am still recording the episodes on the Xbox. It's just that to record the voiceover and to edit has kind of taken a backseat. But yeah, we're just going to be facing off against Arsenal today. A player to watch is Bukayo Saka, number 7. He could be a player that we are looking to sign into the future if certain other players don't work out, or if we can find a way to sign him, he might be able to be signed. But of course, we're going to kick off against Arsenal. There is a small bit of a kit clash. I mean, the colors are a little bit similar, but I'm not sure if you guys can tell the difference. If you can, I do apologize for that. But I can sort of tell the difference here. Of course, our game starts off just like us. Most of our other games start off. We're usually on the front foot, applying pressure to the Arsenal defense. And just basically putting pressure, conceding fouls and all of that. Drawing fouls, I mean. And Ryan Gravenberch the one to take the free kick? Nah, I don't think so. Let's give it to Ethan Barlow. He did score a free kick against Liverpool last time out. Let's see what he can do this time. Unfortunately, it's not the best free kick in the world. It's definitely not going to be winning you goal of the season, mainly because it doesn't even go in for a goal. And of course, Arsenal would be on the attack. A beautiful ball slipped in for Bukayo Saka, and a strong and powerful finish from the 20-year-old left winger does put Arsenal up ahead. Although I think in this match he is playing right wing. Now, of course, we would try to answer back. We wouldn't just let Arsenal just go away with this with a 1-0 lead. No. We would try to pull back, try to get something from the game. However, Arsenal's defense was solid in this one. But again, we just kept on piling the pressure, just tried to open up Arsenal's defense. Cook was almost sent through, but a good tackle from the Arsenal right back would give them the opportunity to go on the counter-attack. Guendouzi does use a bit of change of pace to beat the centre-back a little bit too easy. That's a bit of my fault there. And now Arsenal are up 2-0. And at this point, the game just really began to just get away from us. I mean, even Cedric, the left back, took advantage of an overload on the right side, and yeah, we would concede that third goal, and then, well, again, it's just been them being able to pass through our defense so easily that leads them scoring the 4th goal, and that would be the end of the match. It's 4-0. Now we move on to Manchester United, and at this point, we're on a bit of a rough patch. We've lost to Spurs, now we've lost to Arsenal. It is still early in the season, but at the same time, we do want to get as many points as possible from these fixtures to set us up nice and easy for our next run, to make sure that we have a better chance of finishing high up in the table. Because if we face most, if not all, of the big 6 in this little run of fixtures, that means we won't have to face them again until December or January, which could prove to be very, very important when it comes to the fixture list. But then again, we're not here to be overcomplicated with the fixture list. We're just going to be here to commentate on some more games, and this time it's against Manchester United. Not at Old Trafford, no. This time we are at Project Park. You can see Manchester United is in 9th place after the first 3 games, and we're in 15th place with a goal difference of -6. Now, I honestly would not be reading too much into the table. I wouldn't really take it too hard. But of course, today we are facing another big name. This time it is Cristiano Ronaldo, a much bigger name than Bukayo Saka, of course, but he is still a player to watch, and he's not the only one there. With Sancho, Rashford, and Bruno, we're definitely going to be having a hard time in the defensive end. Of course, this time the game would kick off with Man United on the front foot, and Ronaldo putting in a long pass for Gelson Martin. He can do this. He is one of the best players in the world, so he of course can put in a long pass when he has to. We're trying to hold off Spinazzola here to stop a possible cross for Ronaldo or a cutback. I feel like that's going to be the most important thing to do today, to stop Ronaldo from getting crosses. But at the same time, we also got to stop players like Bruno from shooting. And if we don't, we're going to get punished like we did just now. It is a good shot from Bruno, but again, we just get outplayed with the 1-2 here, and that leads to Bruno getting a nice and maybe not easy, but a good one-on-one opportunity to score from. But of course, we would go on the counter-attack. Rodrigo on the ball, tries to chip it in for Ryan Sessegnon, but he can't quite beat Varane in a foot race. Varane is still a fast centre-back, so, you know, you can't just let anyone run past him. And now Man United were putting on a bit more pressure once more. They're the ones on the front foot in this game. We've just only been able to attack them in counter-attacks. We haven't really been given the opportunity to break them down like we do against teams that defend. But yeah, Man United were on the front foot. Gelson Martin slipped in once more. Spinazzola, an open man. He does beat Clifford. He's able to cut it back to Ronaldo into Sancho. And that's going to be a nice and easy finish for Sancho as well. I mean, things are looking not so well so far in this episode. I mean, now we have conceded to Arsenal. We lost against them 4-0. And now we seem to be on the back foot against Man United as well. It seems like we might get battered again by the way things are going in this game. But of course, in the 43rd minute, we would finally try to find ourselves. We showed glimpses of what we could really do. Sent one in for Gravenberch. He's able to tuck it away, bottom right-hand corner. Or maybe just the right side, you know, the side netting. And the David De Gea just can't reach that. It's a good finish from Ryan Gravenberch. A player, again, who I feel I don't talk enough about. Maybe I talk too much about him. You guys will let me know. But I feel like he is definitely one of the better signings. And funny enough, Alex Simmons wasn't the one who made that signing. The assistant manager did make that signing while Alex was suspended. But yeah, Ryan Gravenberch has gained the trust of Alex Simmons, and I'm not surprised why. Of course, we do head into halftime. We're still down by 1 goal, so there's no real room to celebrate. But of course, you know us, we're gonna fight back. Rodrigo does cut inside a bit, but he does get taken down by Harry Maguire. A strong tackle, but an overload on the left side sees Nuno Mendes wide open. He's able to finish. A left back who is able to finish is going to be very important for our type of attack. Now, thanks to Ryan Gravenberch, his first goal, and Nuno Mendes' second goal, which would equalize, we have gotten back into the game, and we're the ones with a bit of momentum. This was actually a really good goal, just a nice way to take advantage of Wan-Bissaka not being able to defend 2 people at the same time. It is difficult to defend 2 people at the same time though, so I wouldn't really blame him too much. We would be on the counter-attack again. Ryan Gravenberch would give Rodrigo a wonderful long ball. He would take the shot, and this time it does go in, but this time Harry Maguire does get a touch to the ball, which does throw off David De Gea. Now, I know what some of you might say. You might not comment it, but I bet some of you are going to say Maguire is dead meat. You know, he's carrying the team. No, not carrying. He's bringing the team down. He's not carrying it. But honestly, this was a bit of an unlucky deflection, you know. It's just Rodrigo trying to take a shot. He's trying to block it. It's just that he can't get a solid enough hit on it. And unfortunately, thanks to that, David De Gea dives the complete wrong way. And Rodrigo is going to get the free goal. He does get awarded with the goal since it was on target. So don't worry about that. Now, Man United, they are down now. They were in the lead 2-1. Heading into the second half, and now they're 3-2 down, so they're just going to try to apply pressure just to bring the game back to their side, just to try to solve at some points. And they're definitely overloading us with attackers. there's multiple men in the box, around the box, so there's a lot of people to deal with. But of course, you know what Project London is. We're good in defense when we have to be. We weren't that good against Arsenal and Spurs, but today we've sort of woken up, so we're good in defense. And in the counterattacks as well, we are really good. Rodrigo taking a long shot, did try to take an opportunity for it. He saw an opportunity, he tried to take it. And in the corner routine, Walsh does get his head on it, but he just can't get it on target. And Ethan Barlow, the one to receive it, I think it was Cook, who sent the pass through. Ethan Barlow, with a bit of mastery, evading a few players, is able to tuck in the goal that is most likely going to seal this result against Manchester United. That is just amazing football from us. We've turned things around since the blow of a halftime. Maybe it was the Gravenberch goal that did wake us up, but yeah, now we're really looking like the dangerous team that wouldn't really be fighting for relegation, but a team that would be in solid mid-table and a team that would probably challenge for European football. But yeah, at full time, Project London at home beats Manchester United 4-2. And Alex Simmons is definitely going to be happy with that result. Ronaldo, on the other hand, I'm not so sure. And one man that does get praise, although he wasn't the only important factor in this game, is Ethan Barlow. We also do have to give credit to Ryan Gravenberch and Nuno Mendes for their contributions as well, and not to forget our new signing, Rodrigo. So now 4 games in, the league table in the mid-side hasn't really begun to take shape just yet. I feel like it's only taking shape in the top. Maybe a team like Liverpool, who has probably won all 4 of their games so far, except for the one against us, so maybe they've won 3 out of 4. Maybe it's Chelsea then that are on top. Maybe they won all 4 of them. But we can't really worry about teams we're not facing. We do gotta worry at the task at hand. We're gonna be facing the champions, Manchester City. I'm not sure if they're the champions so far in this career mode save, because we have simulated a season ahead. I think I will see if I can get a glimpse at their badges. Maybe you guys will also try to detect if they are champions just by looking at their badges. But yeah, we're just going to be heading into the Etihad, as probably you would be surprised to hear it, although maybe you aren't, but we're going to be heading into the Etihad as the worst defensive team in the league. We've conceded 13 goals. We've conceded more goals than Bournemouth, Everton, Norwich City, and Millwall. But at the same time, we are ahead of those teams because we are scoring goals as well. We're just so deadly on the counter-attack that we just need one good counter-attack to win a game or draw a game or salvage points. But of course, we are kicked off and underway against Manchester City. We're hoping for a very good game here, but honestly, against City, you will never know what to expect. In the first 4 minutes, they're the ones on the front foot. Phil Foden takes a strong shot, but our goalkeeper Hutchinson, our number 1, a keeper that might not be replaced for a really long time, does make a really good and strong save. But we still got a corner to deal with, and Karim Adeyemi, doing in some very good defensive work, is able to send the ball away. Unfortunately, a heavy touch and the lack of options does make sure that he loses the ball there. Phil Foden would be on the ball once more, but some good defense from Walsh does try to start up a counter-attack, but Sessegnon does get taken down. Maybe it was a tactical tackle, and unfortunately I'm a bit unhappy that the Man City player doesn't get a yellow card there. But of course, we move on. We're not going to cry over spilt milk. And Ethan Barlow does try to cut inside, but João Cancelo, who is going to be someone difficult for Barlow to break through, does stop him there. And it does start a Manchester City counter-attack with Gabriel Jesus on the left wing, giving it to Rodri. Man City looking a bit threatening, but unfortunately they did play the wrong pass to Phil Foden. They played him in a bit too late, and that leads to offside. Adeyemi thinking of passing it to Rodrigo, but again, he was also offside. Sessegnon giving it back to Adeyemi is a clever little 1-2. And Karim Adeyemi does open up the scoring. And just like that, away from home, Project London in the first 15 minutes have taken the lead against Manchester City in the Etihad Stadium. Now again, I haven't really been able to look at the badge properly. I don't know if they are the champions of England so far. I just can't get a good enough look at the badge. But yeah, that doesn't really matter too much. As long as we're winning, that's what matters. And Man City would try to answer back, of course. Kevin De Bruyne giving it to Phil Foden. Foden with a bit of clever trickery does open up some space to take a shot, but it's just a bit off target there. And of course, Man City, another opportunity. This time is Joao Cancelo. Hutchinson does come out to meet it, just trying to block that ball. He does so successfully, but Manchester City are still on the attack. And in the 34th minute, RDT, their new signing, is able to get a goal that will equalize for Man City. I mean, take nothing away from the finish. It is a beautiful finish. It is a nice finish shot into that top left-hand corner. Hutchinson really just cannot do much in that situation. And of course, Man City again, they are the champions. I did see their badge, but yeah, Man City again would try to go through, but unfortunately, offside from Gabriel Jesus. But they still had the ball. They were still keeping pressure near the end of the first half. And Gabriel Jesus would try to cross it in, but Clifford, who's been filling in for Livramento, in case you guys have forgotten, we did sign Livramento last season, but he has been injured for a bit of time, so Clifford has been filling in for him. And of course, it does end up being half-time with Manchester City equalizing against Project London. It is 1-1, but you would feel that Manchester City are the ones with the momentum, and they would kick off with a bit of momentum, like I said. But of course, you know how dangerous we are on the counter-attack. Ethan Barlow getting the better of Joao Cancelo, tries to sweat it to Rodrigo. I mean, it's a bit of a far target to hit, but as long as it's going in, I don't think we're really going to be complaining too much. But if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I did try to sweat to Adeyemi, not Rodrigo. But as long as it's going in, I don't think it really matters. And Ederson, again, is just been caught on a 1-2 type of situation, you know, where a player is being passed, which leads to an automatic one-on-one. Well, in that case, it was an open net. Still a tight angle, but it's still an open net, so it still has to be scored. Of course, we would apply a bit more pressure, try to send a ball in for Adeyemi. He is able to get the touch, but it's not strong enough to beat Ederson. RDT gives it to De Bruyne, who honestly should have scored there. Probably would have given them a bit more momentum. Definitely would have put them back into the game. Would have definitely equalized, but of course that's not what happened. He did miss, and we are going to sub off Adeyemi, and we're going to sub on Fry for this Manchester City corner that happened moments after Kevin De Bruyne's miss. And of course, we would take care of the corner nice and easy. Rodrigo would have to be the one to run it out. Since Adeyemi is off, he's going to be the player we're going to use up front to run away with the ball. He does so successfully, but again, no passing options does mean that he cannot really start off a good counter-attack. Raheem Sterling was sent through. It was a bit worrisome, but Hutchinson again just showing how good of a keeper he really is. Now in the 75th minute, Man City would take another chance, this time from outside the box, and I think this time it was Bernardo Silva. He is a player that you really have to keep an eye on. Another one of the players you gotta keep an eye on against Man City. You can't really be giving him space outside the box because he will punish you, and that's exactly what he did there. Now, of course, he does go from hero to a little bit of a zero by conceding a free kick and getting a yellow card. Ryan Gravenberch is the one to take it, but of course, you know me, I gotta give it to the guy, Ethan Barlow, as soon as Man City makes their substitution. But you know what, maybe not. Maybe I should give Ryan Gravenberch a chance, and unfortunately, that free kick was a bit my fault. I tried to go for a knuckleball, but unfortunately, it did not work. And Man City, with a bit of luck, with a bit of FIFA luck, is actually able to score the winner. Hutchinson makes such a good save, but he saves it directly into the path of Luka Jovic, and he's able to just tap it in. That is very, very unfortunate for Hutchinson, who's actually had a really good game. Honestly, he doesn't deserve to concede 3 goals in this one. I honestly feel like we didn't deserve to lose it as well. A draw would have been good enough, but unfortunately that isn't what we get. And I thought we were going to start a good run of form here, but unfortunately that's not the case. We lose against Manchester City, which was probably expected, so we can't really beat ourselves too much about it. Now we do move on to other things. I am gonna simulate this Carabao Cup game against West Ham with the second team. Fry will be in the second team since this is a 4-3-3. It's no longer a two-striker formation. So I gotta rotate Fry into the second team just as someone to lead the team towards victory. And of course, against West Ham, it would be a nice and simple 3-0 win, Fry scoring a hat-trick in the Carabao Cup. Now, of course, against Bournemouth, I would simulate with the first team. It is a Premier League game after all, and so it is an important game, so I simulate with the first team, and we only get a 2-2 draw. Next up is Norwich City. I would simulate this one as well. Honestly, I'm simulating a lot of these type of games where we're facing against teams in a bit of the relegation zone because I feel like we're not going to be in a relegation battle this season. If anything, we might even challenge for top 4. That's why I'm also simulating against Millwall, which we get a comfortable 3-0 win with Cook scoring a brace and Adeyemi scoring a 90th minute goal. Now, of course, I'm going to end the episode here against West Ham. We're going to see that one in the next episode, which should come out either today or tomorrow. You're just going to have to wait a bit. I'll see you guys then.